Hello, my friends. Zzz. My friends and everybody else. Sometimes we do what we do, and last day I did this. I don't know whether you can see it or not. I can see it, but I need to move away in order for it to be seen. So today it was all about this. In fact, yesterday. So today is this kind of maybe I put it here because it can give some inspiration to this. This is my drawing, by the way. It's kind of I don't know what to say about that. It can be even things we have no clue about. And today it's a little bit more sunshine, but I don't know whether it will be raining like yesterday. Yesterday I went out, bought this color color pencil and did it. That went good. And today I'm preparing. It's a long preparation bread that I'm going to make. So I do this because I want to ferment the seeds that I'm going to put in the bread. It's kind of a fermenting over hopefully 5 days, but I think it will be a shorter time. You see, I wanted to do this before Friday. So I started off yesterday morning, I think, or the day before, just in order for it to be moist and soft. These seeds, fenugreek seeds, in my bread, and the more fermented, I don't spill out the water. I just use the water in order for it to be even more toxic. And this anise seed and fenugreek, not fenugreek, but fennel, yes. I use this. You see, the bread needs a lot of preparation, a lot of doings. I don't know whether people do that normally, but my bread is, I like it to be full of these ingredients. Then after that I blend it. So bread, my friends, we can talk about that, but I don't know. Sometimes it needs to be prepared like wine. How do you do wine? It lasts for many years. Wine is kind of a very wine is something you need fermentation on. Wine is not done overnight. You do it by by fermentation, and a lot of things that is tampering with the ingredients, like the grapes. You pick the grapes and then you press some juice out of it. Trampling, trampling by foot. You have seen it, maybe not, but you see, the grapes needs to be stepped on and smashed to smithereens. And it's kind of that kind of fermentation and that kind of toil that is the wine come out like some way off priced exclusive drink. People that drink much doesn't appreciate those fermentations, those maturing, because sometimes, you see, the only fermentation people think is by being proud, by going to school and and get a PhD. I can buy into that, but it's not the only thing. You see, I had these debates, and I pick out someone that is very occupied with. He can't handle my arguments, so he picked on my verbal that I spelled it wrong. So he kind of very prejudiced, say what before you start writing you need to get it right. So that is the kind of that is kind of thing I pick out with people that are very preoccupied with what you can out according to them. I had this friend long ago that was asking all these sorts of questions just to prove that I didn't know as much as him. I think that was the intention anyway. I don't know whether it was that, but he played this kind of arrogant joke, and that was his joy and pleasure. And that is someone, maybe you are listening to this, this kind of, and do your reflections. Why would you make people feel bad, feel less intelligent than you? Why would you love to see your pride and glory shine like nobody's star? It's what is that? I like when you can step on some solid ground, even when it's smashed to smithereen. It's there, it's all there, it's even more there because it's all the things that are crushed is removed, maybe used as a flavor to this. And you see, you can see, look down on fermented grapes. But it is the part of the flavor that you get. The fermentation is the flavor. So I use this seed in my bread, yes, in order for me to get that flavor I want, by anise, by salt, by all these fenugreek and all these kind of seeds that invest in this dough of bread. So I put this bread into the fridge, not this bread, but this dough, which is smashed together with all the ingredients that I will make a video of. I will make this. So I put it in the fridge just in order for it to ferment more. Even the dough has to be fermented. So it catches a lot of fragrances and appetizers, which is needed today because everything is dull. Everything is from yesterday's baking and today. It have no long time. It's just waste of. The bakery doesn't pay any attention to these kind of qualities. And when we are coming to the qualities of the wine, of the bread, of the quality of a human being, it's made out of some kind of maturing. No school can make you mature. No school can You can't read yourself into maturity. No, it's they say that, I said at least, that in order to get a dimensional picture of reality, you need to have some more angles to some subject than you had before. It's kind of given that the more you see it from different perspectives, not that everything is the fact. People tend to want to go to the fact. Like, this is our cup. Okay, we don't debate that. We don't dispute it. But it's life or issues or cases are more intrinsic, complicated than only one simple fact. People that think simplicity like that, for them it's only one road, and it's a very narrow road. But people that want to grasp, comprehend more to life than only one single truth, for them the road is quite wide. And it's a lot of experience. When you open up, you see a lot of things. You may, as a religious, think that kind of wide road is destined to hell. No, it's not. It's just for the narrow-minded that you think in that terms. The road is wide, and you have to include some people on your way through life that you catch some ingredients along the way, which is much needed. So maturity is much needed today. The most things today is, sorry about that, is from yesterday. It's good. It's not bad, but something is better when it's matured. You wouldn't drink wine from yesterday, made yesterday, no? It's the price. Even it's just a juice. It's just a drink of grapes, grape juice. But if you let them ferment it and mature it, even the wine that is collected. I don't know whether all wine is collectible in that way. Maybe it is, but you need to have some knowledge about that. That you can get a PhD. I don't dispute that. It's a lot of things that you need to know. So PhD is, I don't disagree. But it is on a different department. It's a PhD, and all this education is on a different department. It's also into the understanding of things, how to understand that it's good to mature. We learn that by experience, then they put it in the book. So even a wine, which is costly, some places you can buy wine for the price of Coca-Cola, but that was in Spain. I rather drink wine, and I drank a lot. I didn't get drunk, by the way. I just had it with the food, and it was good. But that was a long time ago in Spain. So the price of the wine will increase by the year. So when you are a wine collector, my friend, you wouldn't drink that wine, would you? When it's when it's drinking, it have no value. It's only the value of experience, and that is good enough. for most of us, but I tend to buy the cheapest wine. Why? It's kind of that taste of yesterday. I don't want to forget yesterday. But after a while, you learn. You learn by observing yourself, and you learn by observing the world. As long as you don't come up with cheap and easy statements, I do that. I'm sorry to say, I'm a very superficial guy. I'm like that. I'm a what you call this fly which lives for one day. We call it døgnflue here, but I can Google it up. Let me see. Things go so slow. Diurnal fly. Let us hear this sound.
Diurnal fly.
Diurnal fly.
Diurnal fly.
Diurnal fly. So that is the fly that I am. In many cases, I don't collect so much. I don't comprehend so much. I'm kind of underdog every time I go with educated people. I'm that underdog. I'm born as an underdog. I grow up to be a false prophet. Sometimes you have to admit that you are no more than this fly. Sometimes you have to admit that this maturity, it gets to your nerve. It's hard to cope with. But people can collect. But collectors, what is it about them that collect so much? Either they collect clothes. Now it's raining, by the way. It's raining. I wanted to go to town. What about those that buy clothes and don't get enough? It's a cloth for every occasion, and you can't stand not buying any clothes for that mood of yours. What is that? I see at the flea market there are a lot of clothes. I use these clothes because I like to wear them down. It's kind of a habit that I use clothes, and not to particularly look good, but it's to wear them down. So if you buy some trousers, my girlfriend bought some trousers, I commented on that because she bought trousers with some holes over the leg. So why not? If that is of interest, why not just go to the flea market and see for yourself that all the clothes there are many, and some are even worn out. I don't know. Maybe people didn't give that to the flea market, just throw it away. And I told my girlfriend that if you are that poor of a lady, I can chip in some money to buy trousers for you. It's what is it about those holes in the trousers? I don't know. But maybe she too liked to wear them down like that, or start and act if they are so worn out and she is in love with the clothes. I don't know. I have no clue about that. It's a mystery. It's a mystery, and it's people buy different things. And back to the wine, back to the bread. Bread and wine. I didn't know that that was... I was touching on something very sacred. Am I religious or something? What is it about me that I can come up with Abraham for a joke? But you see, it takes 10 Jews. And he had 10 friends to compete with this lady, but they failed. They didn't establish this synagogue that they could have done. The chamber of song. The synagogue is a chamber of song. The churches must be a chamber of song and praise. But not from the book, not from the lecturers, but from the heart. There is no praise left, my friend. We knew what praise was when they did it, when we did it. But today the Spirit is gone. The Holy Spirit, you see, to wine there is aroma. You call it aroma. And to bread also. If you... I ask my daughters if they like their bread. And the first thing they do, and me too, I do that, I smell. Even today, I smelled bread all over the apartment. So with wine, you smell. The tasters do this. It's also to the coffee, but we are not talking about coffee today. We are talking about wine. Wine and so much more. So you smell the wine. You smell and let it capture. Then you taste it. So that is the attractive part. So talking about the Holy Spirit, the Spirit within that dwells above and within, the part, the void part that we have been talking about, I have been talking about. It's that Spirit that gives this fragrance. The Spirit, the fragrance, and the attraction. No, yeah, you can have a nice bottle of wine, you can have a nice color to a bread, or figure to a bread, but you're not talking about the bottle, you are not talking about... you are talking about the color, yes, it's color, but the color is so... it's so multifaceted. The color of even bread and wine, it's everything. It's everything, and you don't say it. It's just there. So the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit, when we are captured with the Holy Spirit, my friends, you don't waste your time on reading a book. I don't talk about the Bible, but the Spirit that dwells within. People are not aware of that. The Spirit, that is the beauty. That is the beauty that you get an eye-opener. You get this open, wide eyes to see what's within. But you can't see it, you can't touch it, because things you can't touch is kind of holy. We are talking about God. He's holy. We can't touch him. We are talking about the fragrance of wine, bread. But you can't touch it, but you can feel it, you can know it. It's a specific smell to it. That is kind of holy. You can't touch it. It's kind of this above, the level above everything that smells. And people that they say, the Kabbalists, that the Messiah, the Messiah, had this smell to him. It's kind of this, the next level. And people that are filled with the Holy Spirit and have something to say, something to do, they do it with so graceful. It's all about grace. The Holy Spirit is all about grace, forgiveness, the optimism, the belief. Why the Bible talking about believe in me, believe? It's the enhancement of the human spirit. If you believe in something, it enhances your stamina, your strength. It fills you. The Holy Spirit is more into your life, which is in itself a mystery. So today, it's all about this graceful spirit, and when you come into a room that is ointed with, that is, my friend said, when he came into a place, it was so nice, it was so open, it was so inviting, it was so, everybody could say what they had in mind, and no limitation, no scared, they were not scared about something. So that's the, you have to be sensitive at the same time in order to achieve that kind of level. You don't work for it, but it is part of you. It's part of your life. I told yesterday I was trying to do this service of making people smile. It's I think it's much needed to make people really smile, to make people feel something of life, that they can just laugh. Why not? Why can't you be just out there doing just some service? Maybe you need a sharp tongue. That's not bad. It's not bad. It has some fragrance to it. As long as you are filled with this joy, this life force within. So this takes some time, my children. You can be there at that moment because it is a God-given. It's nothing, no one can dispute. But every gift needs some maturity. And that takes time. What do you know? Believe in time. Believe in that you can mature full time. That you can enhance your life, enhance your fragrance, just in order to get this level of grace, peace. When it's peaceful, you smell a lot of nice things, don't you? Peace. When you want peace, you want to go into a garden, a flowery garden that have this fragrance to it. So why are we talking about paradise? It's all about flowers. It's all about that smell. I think the innate drive in us is to get that smell. So Messiah have that smell of ocean, grass, flowers. You may be opposed by that, but wine, bread. So every time we see something, beauty, we are reminded of Messiah. My friends, I wish you the best. I wish you to meet Messiah. Shalom, my friends, and be blessed. I should look more happy, shouldn't I?